about school in general, to be honest. So I first got arrested when I was 11 years old. My sister probably doesn't know this, or my uncle, they probably don't know these things, but so I first got arrested when I was 11 years old, and I've been arrested 11 times in total for numerous things. Those times I used to commit quite a few crimes on, you know, robbing people, on burglaries and stuff like that. And I'm ashamed to say it now, but I think it will set some people free. Anybody who lives that kind of lifestyle, who's been through this kind of thing. And also in school, it was quite bad. I wasn't allowed to my prom apparently because they said I was top 20 baddest kids in the school. So I've never been to a prom. But yeah, I was quite bad in school as well. But I used to hang around with the wrong people, and that was my biggest issue. My dad always used to say to me not to hang around with certain friends in my area in Hackney, and back in those days, 9 or so years ago, it was all about kind of, you know, postcode wars and postcode problems, and you be in one part of North London, you can't go to a certain part, especially, you know, east parts of Hackney and stuff like that. There were some issues. So I used to kind of hang around with the wrong kind of people, and I got into, you know, kind of bad habits. And one thing that changed my life basically was when my dad told me one day to stay at home. And I remember this day because it was the day that Arsenal was playing in the Champions League. I don't know why that's stuck out to me, but I remember that day. He said, you know, to stay at home and watch the football with me. That was an interesting one. My dad never even really used to watch football that much, but he said, no, just stay with me. You know, we can go down to the pub. He used to like to drink, get a beer or something like that, and watch the match. And I said, no, I'll go around with my friends, you know. He used to ride around on bicycles, just go around, just, I would say, to a certain extent, be kind of like menace to society, you know, just doing silly things, not really caring at all. And I met up with my friends and I said, Dad, I'll be back later. No problem, you know, a couple hours. Knew I'd probably be back. A couple hours, probably 12 o'clock or something crazy like that. But I said a couple hours, I'll be back, you know. I was riding around with my friends, and we was travelling from the north side of Hackney, and we went to the east side. There was quite a few of us. I don't know how it managed to get to kind of, you know, 10 or 15 people all riding around on pedal bikes. And, you know, to me it was just kind of just riding around with my friends. Didn't think anything of it, but we ended up on a side road, and I remember we came to the side road, and about, maybe my sister can confirm my number, about 15 people, something like that. About 15 people all came out. Bats, everything, knives, dogs. Wow, you know, you can imagine. I dropped my bike. Everyone dropped their bikes. Everyone started running. Previous to this, about a week or two earlier, I had been hit by a moped. So it cut my right eyebrow, and I lost my front tooth. But also, I kind of found it hard to run at that time. So when I was trying to run, I couldn't run as fast as everybody else. Them days I was a little bit chubbier as well. So I found it kind of hard to run. And there was a dog behind me, and I'm scared of dogs. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm scared of dogs. So they went to bite me. I was like, well, you know, let me just stop here. Let me just stop here, because surely I don't know why they're chasing me, but you know, your intuition, your street instinct tells you to run if somebody's chasing you with bats. So I stopped. They all surrounded me, asked me where I was from, but I didn't really care those times. I knew that if I said where I was from, it would be an issue, but I still said it anyway. And from there, it just escalated, you know, kind of punching me, beating me up. I've got 10, 15 guys beating me. I don't think at that time I knew that I had been stabbed. But when I got up, you know, something felt weird in my back. So a guy came up on a pedal bike and he said, come with me. So he was one of the guys that was actually with them. And he said, come down here. He said, do you know you've been stabbed? And I said, no. Stabbed? What are you talking about? You know, been beaten up, I understand that. I just want to go home. He wouldn't let me go home. He said, come down here. He said I should call an ambulance, but I didn't understand why. Anyway, I called an ambulance, you know. I'm in their kind of territory, so I'm thinking I just want to get out of this area, I just want to go home. but I called the ambulance now, and then he actually took my phone and rode off. So I was sitting in the middle of this estate, waiting for the ambulance to come. Sitting there for quite some time now. At this time, I didn't realise that I had been stabbed in my lungs. So I had punched in my lungs. So when I'm breathing, I'm finding it very hard to breathe. I find it very hard to breathe. My sister says it would pierce my heart, but I just know it was my lungs. But it was very hard to breathe. So every breath I'm taking, it feels like my last one. It actually gets to the point that I actually don't want to keep breathing because it hurts so much. I was sitting there and I was just looking, thinking, wow, 15 years old, not had a kid, never had a girlfriend or anything like that, never been married, never driven a car or anything like that. Wow, this is crazy. And the light was coming, and luckily, in that moment, an ambulance came. So I ran out into the middle of the road and I waved them down. They finally got me into the bed, asked me my name, asked me loads of questions, but at that time I couldn't even answer them because I'm just literally like, get me to the hospital, I can't breathe properly. So I got to the hospital now. They did an operation on me to, so many things, stitch up my lungs. There was other stabs, other stabs, and basically just kind of stitched me up again. So I've got quite a few scars, and it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and it was the Easter Sunday that I finally took. So I was on a breathing machine, so I didn't even know that I had this operation or anything. I woke up on Sunday, Easter Sunday, and I always thought that had some significance to, obviously, Jesus rising, Easter Sunday. So my sister prayed for me. I believe she was there every night. And it was on the Sunday that I finally took out the breathing machine. I saw my sister by my side, my brother-in-law, and my dad. And yeah, it was an amazing feeling. I started to walk again and everything, and they took me through. I was walking up and down the stairs, and they were helping me, holding me up. Had a machine by my side. But I finally left that situation, and I went to go live with my sister. So she lives in Surrey, she lives past Croydon. She took me in because she knows somebody who works for the Met Police, and they said that if your brother lives in Hackney, you should get him out of there. If he goes back, they said he was a dead man. Could have been true. So I moved to Surrey with my sister. I never even considered going to college at all. And I went to college through my sister's hard work because